I call the member Andrew Bailey.
I move the question be now put.
I call the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr Chairman, I want to reiterate to the House that it was my hope that this committee stage would not be necessary, that there were a series of questions that the Labor opposition wanted to ask at the Select Committee and were denied that opportunity by Mike Sabin breaking his undertaking. Mr Chairman, I'll give some of the list in the hope that the Minister can answer them now. Really practical questions like, who did Sport New Zealand consult? List the organisations. Did they issue a consultation document? And if so, can that document be tabled? What were the responses from the sporting organisation? The Minister in the chair smiles, but actually he's asking us to pass legislation and pass it quickly. These are simple, practical, factual questions that should have been answered in the Select Committee, but we were denied the opportunity to do it because of the approach of the Chairman. What is the view of the Sports Drug Agency? Does New Zealand suffer from match fixing as a result of cocaine debts, as has occurred in Australia? Is that a practice that has occurred in New Zealand? Has it been picked up? Does Sport New Zealand know about it? And if so, from what sports? The question of steroid users and blackmail with them. Again, there has been international evidence of blackmailers from sports people who have been involved in steroid use. Is that an issue in New Zealand? Has it been picked up? And if so, at what level? I think all of us who've been around sport for a few years know that as dope testing has improved, well, for one thing, at the time it came in, the weight of the All Black front row dropped substantially, but drug use, steroid drug use, has gone away, we think, at the very top level. But what's happening further down, and are people who are involved in steroid use subject to extra pressures which lead to blackmail, which lead to match fixing? And a number of colleagues have asked about the consistency of the rules, and I want to reiterate to the House, it is my understanding that if I go to the local kohanga reo and sit down with the boss there, because she's the mother of a contracted rugby player, albeit playing in London at the moment, I am not allowed to have a bet on a rugby match on the New Zealand TAB or Centre Bet or whatever. That friends and family are caught by the IRB's rules. And the question I've got is, what role has Sport New Zealand taken in trying to get consistency between the various rules and the law, so that everyone can know we have a consistent package to work with? I want to ask, when did the Minister of Sport last receive a briefing on the Cairns case? We know that because of the importance of the issue to New Zealand's reputation, the fact that there will be massive subcontinent betting on the cricket, which is happening here in February and March, that the Minister will be receiving regular reports. I don't want the details of those reports, but I do want to know that the Minister is, whether as part of the weekly or fortnightly briefings or in some separate way, being properly kept up to date with the behind-the-scene details. And we know that we have some very good contacts in the ICC at the moment, but the details of those, so that the Minister is staying up to date. Now, I heard the Minister, I was out of the chamber temporarily, indicate that the activities were to be activities that occur in New Zealand. To breach, Mr. Chairman.
I call Scott Simpson.
Move that
Mr.
the
Chairman?
question be now put.
The question is that clause 1 stand part. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against? The motion is carried. The clause now is that question 2 stand part. The Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Chairman, I want to reiterate to the government whip in particular, if we